If you're watching this video, it's likely because you wear body armor on the job and you're sick and tired of dealing with all the things that come with wearing body armor. The excessive sweat and heat, the odor, the itch, the rash, and everything else. How do I know? Well, I did the job for 13 years and I experienced all of that. I know exactly how you feel. I was done. I was tired of it and I had to find a solution. I went online looking for one, couldn't find one, so I decided to create one. I used my background in biochemistry and physics to invent the MaxDry vest for body armor ventilation. I invented the MaxDry vest back in 2014 while I was on the job as an active duty patrolman, working every day in the patrol car. What I wanted was to create something that would create a little bit of separation between my body armor and my undershirt. You saw me just kind of go like that because I still have that muscle memory of reaching in and pulling that body armor vest away from me, trying to let some air in and heat escape. And many of the times I would do that, I would actually feel the heat escape and actually hit the bottom of my chin. There was so much heat trapped under there. And I just wanted to create a little bit of separation between my undershirt that I was wearing at the time and my body armor so I can let cool, fresh air, ambient air get in there and heat escape. I knew that this would also allow my undershirts to dry out so I wouldn't be suffering from these rashes that were born from being soaked in my own sweat all shift long. On top of that, that sweat soaked into my body armor, making my body armor carrier stink to high heaven. You saw the salt stains and everything build up on your body armor, and taking your panels out of your armor was just a pain. So I wore armor beneath my uniform on the job, and I know many of you wear outer carrier, so I'm going to go over all of that in this video. If you're asking what is this for, is it for those who wear outer carrier or concealed armor? It's for both, and I'll get into that in a second. So that's the premise of the MaxDry vest. Super light, it doesn't hold any moisture, machine washable, doesn't even go in the dryer, provides a layer beneath your body armor and your undershirt, no matter where you're wearing your body armor, to let some air get in there. Now, drying out the sweat also works in the cold weather months. So in the cold weather months, you're gonna still sweat, and those of you who wear body armor know that you still have that sweat and that heat buildup under your body armor in the winter months. You don't want to go outside into the moisture, into the atmosphere, the cold weather atmosphere with that moisture. So the MaxDry vest in cold weather months helps that moisture dry out. So when you get out of the car or you come out of that building that's 90 degrees because there's a senior citizen living there, that moisture is not going to be there. It's going to help evaporate so you're not getting cold. Everyone knows, if you know anything about the outdoors, that moisture is the enemy in the cold weather months. So in the hot weather, the MaxDry vest helps keep you drier and cooler. And in the cold weather, the MaxDry vest helps keep you drier and warmer. Now, there's also a comfort element of the MaxDry vest on top of related to moisture. When you wear your body armor, especially those of you who are wearing outer carriers, the weight of these outer carriers, because they're holding a lot of your gear, is really heavy. Body armor alone that I wore beneath my uniform was heavy and hot, but then you now add the outer carriers that have all that much more stuff on it, and they're even heavier. So the MaxDry vest is actually designed with a 3D material that actually helps dissipate that weight and more readily distribute it on your body. So it takes you from feeling like you actually have something on your body, like a heavy backpack or something, to making it feel like it's actually part of your body. So you move with it. It's absolutely incredible. A lot of the people who wear the MaxDry vest call it an anti-gravity effect because they say their body armor actually feels lighter on their body. And that's not an accident, or it's not, magic. It's because the MaxDry vest is more evenly distributing the weight on their body, so it makes it feel lighter. So you have that weight distribution making your body armor feel lighter, which helps reduce fatigue. You want to be sharp, you want to be focused on the job. You don't want to be fatigued from wearing your body armor for 8, 10, 12, sometimes 16 hours. And of course, from a comfort standpoint, in the hot weather, you don't want to be soaking in your sweat. You want to have that sweat be able to evaporate out into the atmosphere, and you want to be able to also be able to have that breathability so your skin doesn't stay soaked in that sweat, which causes those dangerous rashes and the breakouts and all that horrible itching, and of course that odor. In the cold weather months, keeping you warmer by letting that moisture evaporate. So when you come out of that, like I said, that warm building or that car, you're dry and subsequently warmer. Now, I realize this is great, but there's a lot that has to do with the base layer that you're wearing the armor with. So I invented 2 different layers to wear, one for warm weather and one for cold weather. I designed the MaxDry Silver Elite base layer because I realized the ones I was wearing made by athletic companies that were essentially Lycra were not doing anything for me because I was wearing body armor. They're designed for athletes running around on a field, not someone wearing heavy body armor over it. So I designed the material to allow 70% more air to pass through and better moisture wicking. On top of that, I infused it with silver, which is a natural antibacterial. Now you have a shirt that's literally designed to be worn under body armor, not for athletes running around on a field, but for someone who's wearing hot, heavy body armor on their body for 10, 12, 16 hours. This allows that moisture to pass through and get out into the atmosphere more readily, keeping you cooler and drier and ultimately safer while you're wearing body armor on the job. And it's designed to work in concert with the Max Dry vest, keeping you more comfortable than ever before. For those of you wearing concealed body armor beneath your uniform shirt, you'd start out with the Max Dry Silver Elite base layer, then the Max Dry vest, and then your body armor on top of that. That way you're creating that layer of air and that separation between your body armor and your base layer. Then just throw your uniform shirt on over that and you're ready to go. For those of you using outer carriers, you're gonna start out with the Max Dry Silver Elite base layer. Then you're gonna put your uniform shirt over that. Over your uniform shirt, you're gonna put the Max Dry vest. And then over the Max Dry vest, you're gonna put your outer carrier. Remember, you always wanna have the Max Dry vest directly beneath the body armor, creating that separation so that air can get in and that heat and moisture can escape. The Max Dry Silver Elite base layer comes in a short sleeve and a long sleeve version, giving you protection against UVA and UVB rays. If you wear body armor on the job during the hot weather months and are currently wearing a plain cotton t-shirt or maybe one of these Lycra shirts made by these athletic companies, I challenge you to try the Max Dry Silver Elite base layer for 30 days. If you don't absolutely love it, I insist you send it back for a 100% refund. I'll even cover the return shipping if you live in the US. For the colder months, you have the Equinox Stage 3 Ultra Thermal. This is the product that takes the place of those big, bulky jackets that restrict your movement, cover your gear, and are just uncomfortable. You have our patented triple layer material on the sleeves, shoulders, upper chest, and upper back. And of course you have this mock neck that keeps the wind from going down your shirt. Now this is gonna block the wind, maintain your body heat, but it's also breathable. And guess what? It also has some water resistant properties as well. So you would layer the Stage 3 Ultra Thermal, then your Max Dry vest over top of that, because remember on the core of your shirt, you have that nice thin breathable material. Then on top of the Max Dry vest, your concealed body armor. After that, throw your uniform shirt on and you're set to go. For those of you using outer carriers during the colder months, start out with the Equinox Stage 3 Thermal as your base layer. Then put your uniform shirt over that. Over your uniform shirt, put the Max Dry vest. And then on top of the Max Dry vest, you put your outer carrier. This is going to give you that protection just like a bulky coat or a jacket. However, you're not going to have the constriction, you're not going to have the restriction, and you're not going to have anything covering up your gear or your body camera or anything that you need to get to in a hurry. This is not only going to keep you more comfortable because of your freedom of movement, but it's also going to keep you safer. If you too don't like wearing big bulky coats that are restrictive and cover up your gear during the cold weather months, I challenge you to give the Equinox Stage 3 Ultra Thermal a try. Try this thermal out for 30 days. If you don't love it, if you don't feel that it keeps you just as warm, if not warmer, as wearing one of those big bulky coats, and you don't feel that it keeps you much safer by allowing you freedom of movement, I insist you send it back for a 100% no questions asked refund. And once again, if you're in the US, I'll even cover the return shipping. Outer carriers like this and even concealed armor like this are extremely heavy. One of the benefits of the Max Dry vest for body armor ventilation is also body armor weight distribution. The weight of your body armor, especially those of you wearing outer carriers, can cause undue fatigue, and this fatigue can lead to premature lack of focus. And the last thing you want to do when you're on the job is to lose focus. Nothing is more important than your safety. The anti-gravity feature of the Max Dry vest will more evenly distribute the weight of your body armor, taking away the pressure from those points on your neck and your shoulders, keeping you more comfortable and ultimately more focused, which means safer while you're on the job. Look, wearing body armor is not comfortable. However, the Max Dry vest makes wearing body armor more bearable. Your safety matters. Wearing a Max Dry vest beneath your body armor 365 days a year will ensure you have increased comfort and ultimately increased safety while on the job. If you have any questions about the Max Dry vest for body armor ventilation and comfort, or any of the products I discussed in this video, shoot our sales team an email at sales@221btactical.com. They're there 24/7 to answer any of your questions. Thank you for watching, thank you for your service, and stay safe out there.